All right, we're back. What a start to the day it's been. Two crazy matches on the women's side. Sabalenka and Boko both winning their matches in a couple of hours each. They'll play each other. Sonmez taking on Putin Saber. That's on serve in the first set. We'll keep an eye on that. Paul versus Vakina is about to start. That's another interesting matchup, possibly. Medvedev's down 2-0. That's happening right now. Now we've got Alcaraz taking on Moute. So is it just going to be one of those days? Is it just going to be a mad, crazy, wild day 5? Is that what we're dealing with? I don't know. If Moute wins the first set here, maybe it is. Maybe we can start getting... things might start getting interesting. Okay. All right. Two matches were two of the best matches of the tournament on the women's side. Yeah, I know, right? They were definitely two of the best matches we've had. I would say the Bencic match yesterday was up there as well. I think Bencic last night against Batunkova? No, Batunkova. That match was probably top 3, along with those. Maybe the Sabalenka match had gone 3, it would have been up there. But I mean, that Towson versus Boko match was definitely up there as one of the best so far. Medi's getting cooked. Yep. Yes, he is. And Boko versus Towson is the best, in my opinion, so far. Yeah. I think just because it had so much more as well, like at stake, right? Like it was high level. It was obviously top 20 clash. I think the first top 20 clash we've had this week. Two young players that we all think are going to go into the top 10 at some point. Like there was just so many things involved, and then it went the distance, and it went, it was saving match points until, in the second to make it a third, and then, it just had everything. And the two power players, like two players hitting the ball super hard, great servers, like just a great match all round. It was almost like the players heard about Tennis Talk Classics and thought they'd get included. Well, that's it. Speaking of, look here. By the way, if you haven't voted you can vote. Upvote the matches in the Tennis Talk Classics playlist. At the moment, Nadal Federer 2008 Wimbledon is the best match, the most upvoted match, followed by Alcaraz Roland Garros last year. So, definitely jump in there. If you want to go watch some classic matches, we've now curated a playlist so that you can go watch them. So it makes it so much easier. If you have nothing to do and you want to go watch a tennis match and you want to watch one of the craziest matches of all time, we've got a whole playlist full of them. But also you can vote on them. So if you like a match, you remember a match fondly, make sure you upvote it, because that way we can watch those matches maybe if we haven't seen them. It tells everybody like what's worth watching. Maybe you haven't seen the Wimbledon final of '08. I fully recommend you watch that because it's one of the greatest matches of all time. Arguably the greatest match of all time. So, yeah. Plenty of fun matches in there. And you can add your own. If you find a match online on YouTube that you think needs to be added, that you like, chuck it in there. It's a community playlist. We've got about 200 matches in there. So, yeah. And I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out how to put this on a playlist so I can watch, I can have a dedicated television somewhere in this office that just plays it 24/7. And then anytime I'm working, I can look over and I can see, it's that match from 2009, right? And I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's what I'm doing. I need to find it I want to do it on like an old TV, like a CRT TV, and just have it looping 24 hours a day, just looping, and so I can watch and go, okay, today we're watching this. Because any point of the day, I'll watch it. I think they do that on like some of those, I think maybe Tennis Channel do it, and so does ATP Tennis TV do it, but they don't have the slams. But I want to have my own. Basically, watching Federer on the loop. There's definitely more than Federer matches there. But yeah, I want to have that. Just have it in my house. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to do it. That way, at any point, when I'm sitting here, I can look over and go, oh, I remember that match. But yeah, keep putting videos in there. Keep adding to the playlist. Don't put any highlights in. Please. No highlights. We don't want to put highlights in there. Just full matches. Only full matches. All right. Mboko and Tien are my faves among the young players. Nice. Well, yeah, Tien had a tough first set, but he kind of got through pretty easily in the end. Also, Fokina and Paul have just started, so we'll keep an eye on that match as well. We need Cam's calls on some of those matches. That would be amazing. Yeah, we might do that. I mean, maybe we'll do a classic match call. It's so hard though because we do so much during the year. We do so much stuff during the year. It's really hard to add more, but I would love to do that. If you guys are interested in that stuff, we could do we can call a classic match as if it's live. I have done it before. Did it in 2020 when there was no tennis, but yeah, we could do that. I mean, if there's time. Paul's already up a break 2, love. There you go. Marijan TM would be fun. Yeah, Medvedev's still going though, so don't count Medi out yet. How about some old Guga matches? Hell yeah. Get some Gustavo Kuerten matches in there. Yeah. We need some variety because we've got a lot of like obviously big 3 matches, but yeah, chuck in some Guga matches. Love that. Definitely, we need some variety. Yeah, I put in Saf and Federer 2005 because that hadn't been in there. Saf and Federer 2005, great match that I remember back in the day. I wanted a bunch of Guga matches over the summer. I watched a bunch of Guga matches over the summer. He's great. Yeah, chuck him in there. If you can find some full Guga matches, chuck him in there. How about playlist without the big 3 in Sampras? No. We're just going to keep we're going to keep the playlist the way it is. But you can obviously not watch. You can skip over the matches you don't want to watch. Add some Venus matches. Yeah, definitely. Good work, Sam. Yeah, there's 188 matches in there. So definitely get it going. Yeah, Justin Ennen. Yeah, put all those players. Find their matches. We're just waiting for these players to come out on court and we can get started. Carl's got a new outfit again. How many outfits do they have for him? By the way, Baptiste versus Gauff is also coming up soon. We're not watching that. I'm kind of hoping Coco wins, but yeah. But then again, maybe if this match is shorter than expected, we might be able to watch Coco. Depends on the Medvedev match, though. If Medvedev's match goes longer, then maybe we will watch. But some Coco, but yeah. Just sucks that they keep on putting Gauff and Alcaraz on the same time. It's really annoying. And then later tonight, we've got Tiafoe versus Demonor. How do you feel about Sinner's game yesterday? Yeah, it was fine. Sinner's not had to do much. He's been just chilling. Yeah, put Andy Murray's gold medal match in. Yeah, whatever matches you want. It's a community playlist. Put the matches in that you like. We can share each other's favorite matches, and we can all watch them. And yeah. There you go. Here's the playlist if you want to jump in there and see what's up. And yeah, definitely like upvote matches. Like upvote the matches you like, because I want to get a feel of like what everybody's favorite matches are. You can upvote every match, but yeah, I want to get interested to see what you guys think is who you think, like what matches you guys like. All right, here we go. Moutet's going to serve first in this one. Let's see if Moute can actually make this a match. Are you going to go watch any games at the Open this year? Nah, I don't have any plans to go there. All right. What do you mean? Alcaraz wearing the same outfit he wore the other day. Maybe he didn't see the green. During the day, he wears the solid green. During the night, he has the part green. How do we add a match? You just click on, you go find the video, and then I think you just click like save to playlist, and then you just click the playlist. At least that's how I can see it. Let me check. Yeah, if you click on the little 3 dots and then go save to playlist, and then you find the playlist Tennis Tour Classic Matches, and that should add it in. Yeah, I just added a couple matches. All right. Assuming the same video cannot be added twice. No, you can add the same twice, but I'm gonna get rid of, like, I'm gonna go through the playlist and like get rid of duplicates. So if you do accidentally add a match that's already in there, don't worry. I'm gonna remove. We don't want to have like the 5 same Wimbledon finals, right? Has anybody put Roddick versus Federer Wimbledon final in there? Has that been in there? Don't worry, I'm going to cull anything that's not meant to be in there. Any doubles or, duplicates or highlight. I'm going to go through it and make sure it's all good. Make sure we don't have any anything too many of the same thing. All right. All right, cool. Medi took the third. Did he? You sure? All right, here we go. Moute is going to serve. Not yet. Yeah, okay. I mean, he might have had a set point, but he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't won the set. Now, here we go. Let's see if Moute can make Alcaraz work for it today. We haven't really had a top player on the men's side have to earn it, but maybe Moute gives Alcaraz a bit of work to do. 15 love. I think it's a long shot, but who knows? Moute can be a bit of a awkward customer. Oh, schedule's out already for tomorrow. Oh, yuck. So what they're doing, and I get this because it's hot tomorrow, they're putting a lot more matches on center court, which is good. But they're putting Fritz, Djokovic, and Swiatek all on at the same time. And that is annoying. And the first matches tomorrow are really not interesting. Keys Pliskova might be the only... They're starting... Also, credit to the Australian Open before I say how bad the schedule is. They are starting at 10:30 because they know how hot it's going to be. So credit to the Australian Open for starting an hour early. Or half an hour. An hour early on center court. They're starting at 10:30 in the morning, which is good. Unless they already do that, but smart move. So Pliskova Keys. Then you got Sinner at midday. And then tomorrow night is Djokovic. Then you got Swiatek and Wawrinka Fritz at the same time. Osaka Inglis is at night. Ruud Cilic is at night. They should have put, and look, Shelton Vachereau, good match, but they needed to put Wawrinka in that middle part there. Wawrinka Fritz needed to go before Swiatek Kalinskaya. Anyways, yeah, I'm not mad about that schedule. It's not great. We might not be able to watch Fritz Wawrinka. Anyways, 15:30, drop shot Moute. No good. Alcaraz puts it away. 15:40. But they have started everything early, which is good because they know how hot it's going to be tomorrow. So at least that, they're thinking a little bit ahead. But yeah, it's just a shame that Wawrinka Fritz is on at the same time as the other two players we're going to watch. Swiatek Kalinskaya, I know that Inglis is Aussie. That's why they put Osaka on the center court. But man, Swiatek versus Kalinskaya is a banger. They put it on Margaret Court Arena. Anyways, Alcaraz breaks first game. That's how we're going to start. Tommy pulls up full love. Linda, I didn't promise anything. I said we'll watch it. We have to watch it, but blame the schedule. It's not my fault. I can't organize a schedule. Call the Australian Open and say, can you please put Stan on during the day because we want to watch it. All right. What do you think about on Boko? Does she have a chance against Sabalenka? I think if she plays today, Sabalenka, yes. Stan Fritz will be at 5 p.m. though. Yeah, but Stan versus Fritz is not going to go for 2 hours. You know what I mean? So what we could do is we could watch Stan Fritz, and then after 2 hours, we go on to Rod Laver and we watch Djokovic and Swiatek on Rod Laver and Margaret Court. So it's like, do we watch? If we watch Stan and Fritz for 2 hours, it's either going to be a bad match and they're going to be over, or we're going to miss out. We're going to have to cut it short. So it's just a tough position to be in. It's like if they were on at 2:00, we'd definitely watch it. But it's just that awkward clash with Swiatek and Djokovic, which those two matches are great as well. Swiatek, Kalinskaya, like that's a must watch, and then Djokovic Van der Zandschulp after last year when they played, that's really dangerous too. So I mean, like, it's just a shit schedule. Not to mention Sinner's playing during the day as well, but yeah, it's just that Wawrinka Fritz. If they didn't have it on at night, we'd be fine. But it's just the worst. It's at the worst time. But we'll wait and see. Who knows? Maybe one of them gets a walkover. Like maybe Swiatek gets a walkover and Kalinskaya doesn't play or something. 30-15. Alcaraz is cruising right now. Nice, DJ. Good match to put in there. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes into the forehand Moute. Alcaraz with a forehand pass, goes long, 30-all. 30-all. Serve again from Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand now from Moute. As Alcaraz with the forehand into the forehand of Moute. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Moute forehand again. There's a slice. Alcaraz gets it with a forehand. Moute with a pass. Is a lob. But he hits it long. 40-30. All right. Medvedev, by the way, has got set points to take the third. 5-love for Paul in the first set as well. Wow. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm thinking we watch Pliskova Keys, Sinner versus Spizzirri. God, if they just put Stan on at 3 p.m., like, just bring it forward 2 hours, perfect. That 5 p.m. time slot is so shitty. Alcaraz 2-love. Yeah, that 5 p.m. time slot is just such a stupid... Calling it a night session at 5 p.m. is so dumb. And if they just switched Shelton Vachereau with Stan versus Fritz, we'd be perfect. They just got to flip those matches around, but they've got to sell tickets at John Cain Arena because no one's going to go watch Shelton Vachereau apparently, which they would because Shelton's very energetic and very fun. Yeah, Craig Tiley. I don't think he makes the schedule, but he knows who does. And it's just not great. All right. As Alcaraz hits wide on the approach, and it's 15-love. Moute serves, 15-love. 7 to the back of Alcaraz. Return. To the front of Moute as Alcaraz backhand down the line. Goes wide, 30-love. These guys have never played. The first time meeting. Moute is 26. Just outside. Well, he got seeded at this event, but he's outside the top 35 currently. And of course, Alcaraz 22 and number 1. 30-15. Why would that schedule to help you? I don't even think that's a good match. What, you don't think Stan versus Fritz is a good match? All right. Alcaraz hits it out, and it's 40-15. These players are no match for Sinner. Sinner will easily retain the Australian Open. Okay. 40-15. Medvedev wins the third. Alcaraz in the net, 2-1. Moute on the board. Alcaraz has the break. Stan Fritz bloody will be a bloodbath. Yeah. Man, I'm so bummed out that they've put the schedule like this. I'm already annoyed that they have to do, like, we have to do a double header tomorrow night. I don't like doing double headers. That's already a pain. But, God, Fritz versus Wawrinka at the same time. I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll just see how we're tracking tomorrow. Because Sinner versus Spizzirri could be some 5-set crazy match. But if that's really straightforward and boring, that's going to change. That's going to ruin things anyway. So, yeah. I'll tell you what we could do, and I hate doing this, but we could do it, is we could watch Stan versus Fritz. And then once the matches get once we get close to the night session, let's say Fritz is up 2-0, we might ditch that match. So we watch a bit of it, but if it's no good, we'll leave it. But I don't want to do that. I mean, because there is a possibility that, Fritz wins in straights. Stan's had a lot of tennis. He might be tired. So there is that possibility. I don't want to do that, but at least we get something, right? We could watch a little bit, like a couple of sets of Stan versus Fritz. Now, if it's 1 set all, or if it's 2 sets of Stan, then that kind of ruins everything. We take the risk. That's the thing. Fritz does play pretty quick, though, so maybe it would be if we do, we might get 3 sets in 2 hours. Like, it could be 3 sets in 2 hours. And I guess I don't want to not watch Swiatek, though, because I feel like Swiatek's match is a dangerous match. But it also could be a straight sets win, because Kalinskaya sometimes doesn't play to her abilities. Like, Swiatek could win 2-2. If Kalinskaya is not up to her standard. They played the US Open last year and it was 7-6, 6-4. They played Cincinnati, it was 3-4 last year, so it could be like that, where it's like Swiatek kind of just wins. Whereas Djokovic, Van de Zandschulp, we have to watch that. That's like, we have to watch that. One, because we always watch Djokovic, but also because Van de Zandschulp, Djokovic is like, it could be awkward. The Swiatek Kalinskaya match is the only one. If we had to, Fritz Wawrinka, if it is, God, see, this is why I don't like doing this, because this is why I don't like when the schedule's like this, because we have to have these conversations. Anyways, we'll talk about tomorrow. All right, 30-all. Moute trying to break back. Return goes in the front of Alcaraz. Moute gets the break point. Here we go, 30-40. Alcaraz making an error. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But we have options. I'd say it's probably better than having no matches, right? Having all 3 matches at once, probably better than no matches. Could be worse. There could be no good matches tomorrow, and we'll be like, what are we going to do? All right, 30-40. Break point for Moute to get back on serve. Alcaraz with the forehand, cross court. Moute gets it with the backhand in the net. Back to deuce. We get to deuce. Serve again. As the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz, he puts it down the middle. Moute puts up a lob. And Alcaraz puts away the smash advantage, Carlos. Alcaraz to go 3-1. As the return goes in from Moute. Alcaraz falling down the line. Moute puts up another lob. Oh, and Alcaraz hit the smash in the net. It's going to be one of those matches, isn't it? Where Alcaraz is like, I'm going to win, but I don't have to play well. It just has it has that vibe. Mendy's up 2-love in the fourth. All right. Just has that vibe of Alcaraz is going to play ugly, but he's going to win straights. It's going to be an ugly straight sets match from Alcaraz. Serve out wide the back of Moute. Return. Goes out. Advantage Alcaraz. Well, he's going to play well enough. But it's not going to be pretty. And Alcaraz serves a fault second serve. Yeah, I'm happy that the Australian Open have decided to put matches on early as we get 3-1, because that's such a good idea, because tomorrow's gonna be so hot. Yeah, good plan. Because, yeah, like I said, I've been saying all week, tomorrow is going to be 40, possibly 40 degrees. So, it is going to be hot tomorrow. Much hotter than today. Well, at least it's scheduled to be hotter. It might be, today was supposed to be 30, and apparently now it's only 25. So, tomorrow is meant to be boiling hot. There's a slice cross court in the forehand of Moute, back into Alcaraz. Into the front of Moute. Moute hits it out, love 15. Love 15. Love 30. Alcaraz looking for that double break. Serve again. And the return goes in the forehand of Moute. Good drop shot. Alcaraz gets it with a slice, but he hits it in the net. And it's 15-30. All right. Forehand goes in there by Alcaraz. 30. Oh. 30 all. Moute serves again. The back of Alcaraz. Final Moute goes wide. 30-40. $30-40. All right, as Alcaraz comes in with a volley, up goes a lob by Moute. It goes wide, 4-1 Alcaraz. Alcaraz leads 4-1 in the first set. So yeah, we've got about 2.5 hours until Jovic versus Palini. That's going to be after Paul versus Fokina. And then we're going to watch Demonor versus Tiafoe. Zverev Norrie is interesting, but I don't want to watch it. I don't want to do a double header. I want to just watch one match at a time. Jovic is coming up in 2.5 hours against Palini. I feel like that is going to be a very interesting match. Legend has it that Alcaraz Moute will be done before Medvedev's done. I mean, that could be true. That could be true. Moute might. Moute had a medical timeout in the first round, right? He was cramping or something. Was he injured in the first round? Medvedev 4-love in the fourth. I don't want to watch Zverev Norrie. Yeah, me neither. I do and I don't. Like, I don't want to watch it because I think it's going to be slow, but I also kind of want to watch it. It might be an epic. It might be a 5-setter. So it's tricky. Or it could be a slow straight sets. I think you're tired, Cam. I'm tired too. Do I sound tired? Do I look tired? 4-1. Do I sound tired? I mean, I'm not tired at all. As it a 4-0 from Alcaraz. Slice Moute. Alcaraz with a backhand cross-court winner. 15-love. I'm definitely not tired. I love 15-love. Moute's leg taped. Okay. Yeah, we're watching Jovic versus Palini. Coco starts after Medvedev. So not for a while. That goes out by Carlos. 15-0. As the return goes in the front of Alcaraz. Moute with a back with a fine pass, but then Alcaraz with a drop volley. Moute gets it. Then Alcaraz puts up a lob. It goes in. Tweener from Moute. Drop shot by Alcaraz again. Moute gets it with a slice, but it's in the net. Great rally by both. Alcaraz gives a thumbs up. At least there's some exciting. Did I not say that Moute would play an exciting point here and there? At least it's been interesting. At least that point was fun. But again, the scoreline doesn't really reflect that point very well. Alcaraz 30-15. Medical timeout for Keener. He did have a tough match in the last round. All right, 40-15. Alcaraz serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Moute, and it's 5-1 Alcaraz. So the way this is going, if this match does finish before Medvedev, we will watch Coco. We can watch Coco. We could watch Coco for sure. All right, 5-1, 25 minutes. Moute serving to stay in the set. Moute serves. Into the back of Alcaraz. Moute with a forehand drop shot. Goes wide. Love 15. Love 15. Medvedev bagels the fourth. That's a classic Medi match. Great pickup by Alcaraz down the line. Moute with a pass. Alcaraz with a backhand volley in the net. Oh, that would have been a crazy shot. 15-0. What a great Medvedev match. Now he's going to play a 10-point tiebreak, probably. Okay. $15-0. As with a forehand from Moute is in the net. 15-30. 15-30. As we serve out wide the back end of Alcaraz. 4-0 from Moute down the line. That's a good shot. Alcaraz gets back with a slice, but it's long. It's 30-0. As we just served down the tee, but it's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the back of Alcaraz. Turn gets forehand of Moute. Moute in the net, 30-40. Carlos to take the first set. Serve out wide the back of Alcaraz. Return the net and it's deuce. Moute survives. Pulls up a set and a break. God, Medvedev was so close to being out. 7-5 third set. But then again, Medvedev struggling, playing a five-setter against Marozsan doesn't really feel that out of place. Marozsan is good. You know, he's a really solid, scary player. All right. Serve as Alcaraz comes out with a drop shot. Moutet's going to get up a slice. Alcaraz with a forehand. Oh, he tried to go around the net. Did he go around the net? No, he didn't. He missed it. Moute, great pickup. I told you. Again, chat. We're getting highlight rallies, but they're just at 5-1 down. Great pickup, Moute. Oh, Alcaraz went round the net, but it went under the net, so it didn't count. He went round the net. Oh, that would have been great. He went round the net, but it went wide. These guys are trying to play. Look, Sakkari's got a shot of the tournament. It's not going to happen. The only way they're going to get a shot of the tournament is if they do what Sakkari did, because she played the ridiculous shot. I feel like it's less impressive when somebody gets a round the net off a drop shot like that. Like, it's way more impressive when someone's on the dead run round the net. Not just like it's right there. Like an easy round the... Like, that was just such an easy round the net. It wouldn't have been as exciting. Round the net's always fun, but like that... In terms of round the net, that was probably... Like, it was like Moute set him up for it, you know? It's like they're trying to do trick shots, and he's like, oh, here, go round the net. And Alcaraz like, I will try. It's not the same. It's not the same as like Federer going round the net or Rafa on the dead run. You know, like that Federer around the net from, was it against Kyrgios at the US Open? When he's like on the run, he just kind of like smacks it across like around the net and it just like dribbles along the ground. Like, that's the shot. That's around the net. Or yeah, or Rafa doing his forehand on the run around the net. That's around the net. All right, 5-2. Alcaraz going to serve the set. All right, 5-2 Alcaraz. What does dead run mean? It's when you're running at full speed. Full speed, like sprinting at full speed. Like when you're running at maximum power, like maximum speed. And then you hit the shot where you're running as fast as you can. All right. 5-2. Alcaraz hits the backhand wide. Okay. Love 15. Love 15. Oh, Tiem went around the net earlier, did he? Okay. All right. Love 15. So return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand now from Moute as Alcaraz forehand again. The backhand of Moute as Alcaraz into the Moute forehand again. Alcaraz shanks it long. And it's love 30. Love 30. All right, love 30. Served on the tee is an ace by Alcaraz. 15-30. A bit of serving to the forehand of Moute. Return goes just wide. 30-0. As a return, goes the net by Moute. 40-30. Alcaraz to take the first set. Fokina's got an upper leg injury and is not happy. I know he was. I know he played a crazy five-setter against Opelka in the last round. 40-30. Serving to the forehand of Moute. Return goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Moute forehand on the stretch. Goes wide. There it is. First set. 6-2. First set. Okay. 6 winners, 5 errors from Alcaraz, 1 winner, and 9 errors from Moute. Pardon me. Alcaraz cruised. 35 minutes. It was pretty easy. All right. Cam, do you think Norrie will get a set against Zverev? Or if it goes, I feel it would go 5. I think so. Yeah, I think it probably goes 4. 4 sets that feels like 5. Is my thinking. I'm thinking like, I don't know. It feels like it's going to be 1 set all, then a tie break, or 7-5 in the third to Zverev, and then Zverev wins the fourth 6-4 or something. But it's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be 4 sets. Zverev wins, but it's going to be like 4 hours. So it's going to feel like a 5-setter, but it's going to just be a long 4-setter. All right, 6-2 Alcaraz first set. Okay, 6-2. Love 15. Love 15 is going to forehand from Alcaraz down the line. That's a good shot. Slice goes in from Moute. Alcaraz forehand. Moute with a lob. Is in. Alcaraz going to hit tweener. Moute with a volley. Alcaraz going to get it. With the backhand down the line. Oh, it's gone in! Of course, Alcaraz wins a point with a tweener. He points to his ear, but everyone's cheering already. Love 30. Of course that happens. When he hit the tweener, you knew that Alcaraz was going to go for it. You're like, he's going to win this point. The backhand, I tell you, the backhand down the line on the stretch was more impressive than the tweener. That backhand flick down the line, that was a better shot than the tweener. The tweener, like, at this point, all these guys can do tweeners. It's just whether or not they, hit it in. But that backhand on the run, to flick it into the corner, that was the best shot. Love 30. As we're back in Moute in the net. Love 40. Winner of this play is the winner of Paul and Fokina, by the way. Who at the moment, it seems like it's going to be Paul. Love 40. Moute serves. Into the slice of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 15-40. What can this guy not do? I know, right? Yeah, Paul's up 6-1, 5-1 at the moment. All right, Moute serves a fault, second serve. There's Moute. Double faults. Cam, so far, out of Sinner and Alcaraz, who is looking better according to you? Look, I got asked this question yesterday. I'm going to say the same thing I said yesterday. We can't tell because they haven't played anybody. So, like, they haven't played anyone. So who knows? Ask me in the quarterfinals. Once they've played a few matches, but also played some better players, ask me in the quarterfinals when we've got more matches, because this is Alcaraz's third match, but who's he played? Sinner, he hasn't played anyone either. We haven't seen them have to play yet. So. All right, 15-love Alcaraz. I mean, this match feels like the Gaston match with Sinner, right? I feel like the first test for Alcaraz will be Paul. So we're going to learn a lot more about Alcaraz in the next round. And then there's Demonor, Tiafoe, Echeverry, Bublik in the quarters, right? So all of those guys, maybe not Echeverry, but those other three guys are all a great test for Alcaraz. Sinner's probably not going to get any test, really, until the quarters. Because Hashanov and Didiri, I don't think beat Sinner on hard courts. Spaziri might. I don't know what Spaziri can do tomorrow. Maybe he makes it interesting, but I think Sinner might be too solid and experienced. And then you've got Shelton, Vachereau, Ruud, and Cilic. And again, I think it's like Shelton in the quarters is the only player. And I think Shelton has to win all these matches in straight sets to get to Sinner as fresh as possible. Maybe that match against Shelton is something we learn. But again, Sinner beat Shelton. He's just too consistent. So, Sinner's not going to have a real test, at least on paper, until Djokovic in the semis. Maybe, right? Maybe, and then or maybe Fritz, or maybe Musetti. But again, none of those guys scare Sinner right now. So it's like if we had Medvedev or Zverev in that section, it would be different. But Sinner's draw really, really easy. So that goes in from Alcaraz with a tweener, and then he hits a forehand winner. It's funny because Moute is the one who's trying to do highlight shot, but Alcaraz is actually hitting the shots. He's hitting front way tween. I mean, Alcaraz is just having fun. 30-all. But yeah, so Alcaraz's draw, definitely we're going to find out a lot more sooner about Alcaraz. But again, Sinner's test, he might not have a test till the final. Like Sinner's draw is really, on paper, really quite easy for him. He shouldn't lose a set unless something goes on. Alcaraz, though, next round's going to be tricky against Paul if he plays him. Quarterfinals could be tough. Semifinals could be tough. Medvedev, Zverev, in the semis would be tough on this court. So, yeah, again, on paper, could be tough for Alcaraz, 30-40. As the return goes into the front of Alcaraz. Backing out from Moute. Alcaraz forehand. Drop shot. Too good. Deuce. Only points Carlos is losing is unforced errors. Yeah. Poles up 2 sets to love. 1-1. God, that feels like deja vu. Oh, Fukita retired. That's a shame. That's a shame. Oh, pardon me. That is a shame. That's a shame. They'll probably put another match on there now. All right, bounce smash, but not needed because Moute hits it out. Advantage Alcaraz. They're probably going to put on a doubles match now after that because maybe Kyrgios Fernandez. Nah, maybe they upgrade that match. Because there's 2 hours before the next one. All right, advantage Alcaraz. As he hits a forehand cross court, Moute with the slice, Alcaraz with the volley. Too good. 2-love. 2 Carlos. 2-love. Okay. Back to Moute, who hits an underarm serve. Alcaraz gets it with a drop shot, but it's in the net. Again, they're going to be fun. There's going to be some fun rallies. We're going to have some fun, but at the end of the day, it's probably going to be Alcaraz and straights, but it's not going to be boring. It's just going to maybe be a little straightforward on the scorecard, but there have been highlights. Another underarm serve. Alcaraz gets this one. And then Moute with a pass. Too good. 2 in a row and he's getting him every time. 30-love. Moute is getting Alcaraz with these underarm serves. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Got to do it again. 3 in a row. Come on now. Come on now. He won't be expecting 3. Come on now. Do it again. Come on now. Oh, he's not doing it. And he served the fault, so he should have done it. He knows he should have done it too. He's like, oh, I should have done the bloody fucking serve. Anyways, second serve. Do it. You're not going to do it. He thought about it. Second serve. Into the back end of Alcaraz. Return goes in the front of Moute. Alcaraz. Forehand to the front of Moute. Alcaraz with the volley. Moute with the backhand pass. Oh, it's a one-hander, but Alcaraz gets it with a volley. 30-15. All right, serve again. Into the back end of Alcaraz, but it's a let. All right, serve again. Into the back end of Alcaraz. Forehand from Moute. Dead on the line. Alcaraz with a slice. Moute with a smash. Puts it away. 40-15. Good play. Medi is still playing slightly better than 2025, even if he loses. Now, Medi's going to win. We have to have Medi Alcaraz. Tennis needs that shot. Needs that matchup. All right, 40-15. Backhand return. The backhand of Moute. Moute in the net, 40-30. 40-30. Moute says a fault, second serve. Second serve, Moute. Into the back of Alcaraz. Moute with a drop volley in the net. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Medvedev up 3-2 in the fifth. As we get a good serve from Moute. Advantage Moute. All right, advantage Moute. Lob goes up. Alcaraz jumps, then hits a backhand. Oh, and then Moute in the net. What was that backhand volley? He tried to hit he tried to hit like a really, he tried to knife a slice drop shot winner, but he just shanked it. Great pickup by Moute. Yeah, I think Moute tried to he tried to knife it. Like he was going to hit a backhand. He was going to hit a drop shot. He was going to hit a drop shot that was going to bounce back over the net, but he just shanked it. Serve and volley Moute. Alcaraz pass. Moute with a drop volley. Alcaraz forehand pass. Advantage. Advantage Alcaraz. To go to 3-love. As Moute serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in the front of Moute. Moute in the net. 3-love. To Carlos. Okay. Alcaraz 3-love in the third. In the second. Whoops. Okay. We are cruising. Oh, babe. How's my bracket doing? So I've lost Badoza, Kostruk, and Bencic. And on the men's side, I lost Tsitsipas. Okay. I did say Paul versus Alcaraz, though, so I'm happy with that. That's good. If Alcaraz keeps winning. And then Bublik, Demonor, if they win today. FAA I got wrong. Tsitsipas, Hurkacz, Munar I got wrong. So, yeah. It's not terrible, though. I mean, it's not the worst bracket ever. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. Nothing's happening before Paolini's match now? Okay. That's strange. I would have thought they would have chucked the doubles match on. Just in case, but that's fine. All right, right, as Alcaraz gets to 15 love. As Alcaraz serves again. It's a fault, second serve. All right, as Moute comes to net and wins a point. And it's 15-0. Serve again from Alcaraz. As that goes in the net from Moute. (30-15). As Moute with the backhand, great pickup. Alcaraz gets it. Moute with a forehand down the line. Alcaraz is going to put up a lob. Moute with a smash. Alcaraz with the pass. Moute with the drop volley. Oh, what a shot by Moute! What a shot! And he raises his hand. He's like, yeah, I got one. That drop, there was a half volley drop shot. And it beat Alcaraz, so you know it was good. What a pickup. Oh, oh, man, that is a great pickup. I think he might have shanked it slightly, but still, great hands. He goes, thank you, I'm done. I'm good. I can go home now. What a pickup by Moute. Great shot. Alcaraz almost got there, but it was just too good. 30-all. Alcaraz back into the front of Moute. Moute sprays it wide. He does that, and then he hits that. All right. All right, Alcaraz to go to 4-love. And Moute hits a return winner. Okay. Back to deuce. All right, there's a bit of forehand. Down the line from Moute. Too good. Okay, Moute's played a couple of good points in a row. And he gets to advantage. Moute with a chance to get one of the breaks back. There's been a fault, second serve. As a return from Moute's a winner, okay. Moute gets the game. He's still down a break, but he gets one of the breaks back. All right, 3-1. As Alcaraz with the backhand on the stretch goes cross court in the forehand of Moute. Alcaraz goes backhand again of Moute as Alcaraz again at the backhand of Moute to the forehand of Alcaraz. Moute with the forehand of the stretch. Alcaraz cross court forehand winner. Love 15. Love 15. As Moute with the forehand of the backhand of Alcaraz. He goes down the line. Moute with the slice. Alcaraz comes in with a volley. Moute puts up a lob. And Alcaraz with a smash winner. Love 30. Love 30. All right, love 30. And a bit of fault from Moute, second serve. The Medvedev match is 3-2 in the fifth to Medvedev. As Moute serving volley, and it works. 15-30. Make that 4-2 in the fifth. He just broke. 4-2 in the fifth. All right. As Moute comes to the net and wins a point, 30-0. There's been a backhand lob by Alcaraz. Moute with a volley. Alcaraz gets there with a forehand, but hits it long. 40-30. As Moute with a great serve. And he's on the board again. He's got 2 games in a row now. 3-2 Alcaraz. Still has the break. Okay. Okay. All right, Alcaraz with the pickup, goes in the net, and slot 15. All right, Alcaraz with the backhand down the line. Moute with a pass. Alcaraz volley. Moute with a lob. Alcaraz with a smash. Winner. And a big fist bump from Carlos. 15-all. As Moute hits it in the net. Oh, Marijan breaks back. Ooh, that match is going nuts. As Moute gets a good return there, and Alcaraz misses it. 30-all. There's a bit of fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. There's a bit of forehand from Alcaraz in the forehand of Moute. Lob goes up. Alcaraz going to hit it behind his back, but missed it wide. All right, 30-40. 30-40. All right, chance to get back on serve. Alcaraz serves. A fault. Second serve. Double fault. What are we watching? What is today? What is today? 3-3. What is going on? What are we watching today? Something going on. I don't know what it is. 3-0. From 3-love. And a double break. Okay. 15-love Moute. Did you watch the Tien match highlights? No, I haven't had a chance. Moute serves. Into the back of Alcaraz. Forehand Moute down the middle. Alcaraz cross court the back of Moute. Here, it's a drop shot. Alcaraz gets it with a slice, but it's in the net. Wow, Alcaraz is making some errors. 30-love. He's playing some bad shots. Momentum is on his opponent's side. 30-love. A fault from Moute, second serve. As he's serving volleys, Moute. Backhand lob by Alcaraz goes out. 40 love. See, Chad, this is again what I was saying with Sabalenka earlier. How, like Alcaraz, it almost was too easy. And then he hits a couple of, he goes for the trick shots and he does some great trick shots as Moute hits a drop shot winner. He's up 4-3. Like, Moutet's going to play like this all day, right? But, like, Alcaraz just going, oh, you know what? I'm going to try and do those shots too, right? I'm going to try and do a tweener. I'm going to try and do, I'm going to show what I can do, right? And play. I can play those shots too and have fun. But then when things start to go wrong and he has to revert back to his basic, he's making silly errors now because but this is where it'll be interesting to see where the coaches come in and go, hey, settle down. Because remember, Juan Carlos, even if Alcaraz hit the craziest tweener in the world, he'd be like, cool, but, just get your serves in. He wouldn't be, he didn't get so excited over Alcaraz's brilliance. He'd be like, okay, let's go. But the difference I'm seeing with the camp from Alcaraz tonight or today, when he was doing all those crazy shots, they were all laughing and having a great time thinking it was amazing. You wouldn't see that with Juan Carlos. He wouldn't like that. He didn't like when Alcaraz was doing those things. He would much be like, no, I want you to do the fundamentals. I want you to, So yeah, again, it's going to be interesting to see what the coaches say to Alcaraz, because this is where they need to go, okay, settle down. We've had enough fun. We've got enough highlights. Let's move on. Let's get the win. Medvedev serve of the match. First as a fault. No. So at the end of last year, Linda, Juan Carlos Ferrero and Alcaraz split. They're not working together anymore. Anyways, 4-1 Alcaraz, the 4-1 of Moute. Moute, it's a wide. 15 love. Serve again. Into the forehand of Moute is a let. As we get a let from Alcaraz again. Serving to the backhand of Moute. Forehand of Alcaraz. Drop shot. Too good. 30 love. As Alcaraz serves. Medvedev wins. Medvedev TN. We're getting it. Oh, what a fourth round. Anyways, backhand now Moute in the net. And it's the 40 love Alcaraz. We're getting the rematch. I know they've played since, but we're getting the rematch here. 40 love Alcaraz. He's locked back in. Seven to the backhand of Moute. Moute in the net. All right, 4-4. Medvedev TN. I'm so excited we get to watch that again. arguably match of the tournament last year. I mean, it was second best match of the year, right? After the Alcaraz final in Roland Garros. So, rematch of the second best match of the season. All right. 4-0. Alcaraz stops the bleeding. Back to Moute. There's a bit of fault second serve. Last year they played in the second round. All right, serving to the backhand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it out in the return. And just a shocking return by Alcaraz. Completely dropped off. 15 love. Marijan need to win that third set. All right, 15 love. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Alcaraz, and Moute goes down the line wide. 15-0. Uh, 15-0. And it's a good serve down the tee. Alcaraz gets it back, and then Moute puts it away. 30-15. So Coco's about to come out on court. We'll keep an eye on her result as well. As Moute serves the fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the net. Oh, so it goes in from Alcaraz and in the net by Moute with a serve and volley. 30-0. All right, 30-0. And the default second serve. Second serve and volley from Moute. Oh, what a drop volley winner. That was crazy. All right, 40-30. Beautiful drop volley. 40-30. And Moute serves again. In the forward of Alcaraz, return the back on Moute. Alcaraz forehand to the slice of Moute. Alcaraz forehand again. Moute gets on the stretch. Alcaraz volleys it for a winner. And we get the deuce. We get the deuce. Okay, as Moute comes to the net, puts up a lob. Alcaraz as Moute volley in the net. Advantage Alcaraz to take the break and serve for the second. All right, Alcaraz returns the back of Moute, but Moute hits it wide. And Alcaraz gets the break. He's going to serve for the second, even though it's just taking forever. Okay. Alcaraz back in control. Sinner's going to have trouble versing a player in peak heat. Sinner is going to have trouble playing in peak heat versus an unknown player. Yeah, but Sinner's probably going to play inside. So, Sinner's match likely to be indoors. Yeah. So, and we know Sinner doesn't lose indoors. 5-4, Alcaraz 7 for a 2 sets to love lead. As Moute hits it out on the return, 15 love. First serve is a fault, second serve. There's a backhand rally, and that goes out by Alcaraz, 15-0. There's a bit of fault from Alcaraz, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Moute. Alcaraz backhand to the forehand of Moute. Moute in the net, 30-15. All right, 30-15. There's Alcaraz forehand inside out. Moute with the slice. Alcaraz comes in and hits it in the net. 30-all. And Alcaraz hits another error. This has been a sloppy set by Carlos. Hello, is anyone here? No. Sorry, we're closed. Come back later. We're on our lunch break. Come back in about 20 minutes. As we return now to the backhand of Alcaraz, that goes in from Carlos. And he gets a set point, 40-30. As Alcaraz with a great serve. And it goes in the net. On the return, Alcaraz got 2 sets of lovely. That set was way trickier than it needed to be. But he wins the set anyway, so who cares? All right, 2 sets of love. Put and Saver, she is 1 love in the third. Alcaraz 13 winners, 8 errors. It didn't feel like he hit that many winners. Moute 11 winners, 11 errors. But Moute did play better than the first set for sure. He only hit 1 winner in the first set, but from 4 love, I mean, Alcaraz giving back the breaks, and he did make some really weird errors, Alcaraz. Did miss some really weird shots. But hey, he's going to win, or at least he's winning, so it doesn't really matter if he wins ugly. How much time left? There's no such thing. In tennis, it's just whenever they finish. Put and Saver just broke. She's up 2 love. By the way, it's fun, man. I love that you do the updates, but I live in Melbourne, so I know that. You don't need to do updates for the place where I know I live, where I know exactly what's going to happen, because I live here. Keep the updates for when it's like abroad and I don't know the weather, because I know that tomorrow's going to be a hot day, and I know tomorrow's going to be a heat delay, and I know tomorrow's going to be under the roof, and I've also said all that stuff. Because I'm like down the road from the tennis, so I know exactly how shitty it's going to be. Carlos got to stay under 28 games. Okay. Drop shot Moute. Alcaraz gets with a forehand, but it's in the net. 15 love. Serve again to the front of Alcaraz. Forehand now from Moute. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Moute with a drop volley. No, it's a deep volley into the backhand of Alcaraz, and then Moute with a smash. Alcaraz gets it back. Moute with a smash. Oh, it's a drop shot. Oh, it's in the net. Oh, what was that? Oh. And he hits the second one into the net as well. He practices and he makes an error anyway. And then he gets the third try in, and he's like, thank you, everybody. He went to practice it, and he missed that too. Oh, no. Oh, no. So we went for a smash. He then went to hit a drop shot, and he missed it. And then he went to practice that shot, and he missed it. And then he gets the third one in, the crowd go wild. Oh, God. Anyways, 15-0. Backhand return goes to front of Moute. He hits the drop shot out. I mean, okay. 15-30. Alcaraz serve again. Into the net by Moute. Second serve. It was funny when he practiced the shot. He missed that. That was the funny part of that. Forehand Moute. As Alcaraz gets it back to the back of Moute. Alcaraz forehand again. Into the slice of Moute. Down the line to the backhand slice of Alcaraz. Moute forehand. Again to the backhand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Moute down the line. As Alcaraz forehand cross court off the tape goes out. Moute got lucky. 30-all. Oh, 30-all. Yeah, somebody clip that. 30-all. Alcaraz backhand goes wide on the return, and it's 40-30. As the return goes to the forehand of Moute. Forehand now from Alcaraz down the line. Moute with a slice. Alcaraz runs around, hits a forehand drop shot. Moute's going to get it with a slice down the line. Alcaraz pass. Moute volley goes wide. Too good by Carlos. Deuce. Putting savers up 2-love. All right, deuce. Caden, please stop spamming what's happening, because if you ask it every 2 seconds, I'm not giving a point-by-point update. So just I'll tell you when something major happens. It's 2-0, though. She's winning. All right, deuce. Yeah, please just don't spam what's happening all the time, because we're not watching that match. Drop shot. Moute. And Alcaraz puts it away. Advantage Carlos. Mehdi's interview with Mats is so good. I'm going to have to watch that. It's funny. I just read this quote from Medvedev on the Mats with Mats Verlander. Anyways, good passing shot from Moute. All right, deuce. All right, deuce. Good passing shot by Moute. As Alcaraz with the forehand inside out. Moute with a pass. Alcaraz comes in with a smash. Oh, it's a high volley. That goes up into the sky from Moute, but it's long. All right. All right, advantage Alcaraz. We got back of Moute down the line at the back of Alcaraz. He goes cross court the front of Moute. Alcaraz backhand again, the front of Moute. Into the front of Alcaraz, who goes to the line wide. Back to deuce. All right. Back to deuce. Putting savers up 3-love. Coco Gauff is just about to start. It is all happening. As we get a fault from Moute, second serve. As we do a return now from Alcaraz into the forehand of Moute. Alcaraz wins a point. Moute overhits it. Advantage. Alcaraz. A serve and volley from Moute. Alcaraz pushes a forehand down the line. Wide. And it's back to deuce. Back to deuce. We get a fault second serve. Return goes out by Alcaraz. Advantage Moute. Advantage Moute to get the first game of the third. First serve's a fault, second serve. Backhand return goes in the forehand of Moute. Moute in the net. Back to deuce. Now we've got about an hour until Paolini takes on Jovic. So we'll watch that in an hour, and then we'll watch Tiafoe versus Demonor tonight. While also taking a look at Zverev versus Norrie. Or at least keeping an eye on them, those two. Still got Mukova in net and Cerundolo Rublev as well. Later. All right, deuce. Moute makes another error, and it's back to another break point for Alcaraz. All right, backhand from Moute into the backhand of Alcaraz. Moute backhand again at the backhand of Alcaraz. Cross court the forehand of Moute. Moute in the net. There's the break. 1-love Alcaraz. In the third. Okay. Carlos is up a break in the third. 3-1, put and saver against Sonmez's final set. Okay. 1 second, chat. All right, 1-love. Alcaraz 15-love with an ace. Only the second ace of the day for Alcaraz. Do you think TM will beat Medvedev a second time? I don't think so. Maybe. After today, I've got to say advantage Tien, probably. I mean, Tien had a much easier time, and Medvedev battled. 30-love. As the return goes in, but Alcaraz puts away the smash. 40 love. Love. As the return goes in the front of Alcaraz, Moute with a slice, Alcaraz with a volley. As Moute with a forehand. No, Moute didn't get there. All right, 2 love, Alcaraz in the third. All right. If Alcaraz fails here, then Sinner gets the chance to make history by winning Paris, or is Nadal still younger? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sinner might be. I think Nadal was 26, right? I think. Was Rafa 26 when he completed the set? Or was he 24? Might have been 24. 24. Yeah, so Rafa might be young. Otherwise, more people would be talking about it. If it was a possibility, more people would be talking about it. Love 15. Because, yeah, I remember like last year we were saying that Alcaraz had... When Alcaraz won the won Wimbledon... Sorry, won... When Alcaraz won the French in 24, we said, okay, well, he has 3 chances to win the Australian Open to complete the set. It was last year, this year, and next year. So if he doesn't win this year, Alcaraz can still win next year, but then after that, he's too old to break that record. He can still win it. So yeah, he's got one more shot after this, but Sinner will be too old. So if Sinner won the French last year, he would have been the youngest. And then Alcaraz could have tried to break it. Which would have been really fun, actually, if that had happened. But, no. 15-0. There's a bit of slice now from Moute into the backhand of forehand of Alcaraz. As backhand of Alcaraz goes into the forehand of Moute. Alcaraz forehand cross court. Moute down the middle with the backhand. Alcaraz forehand again as Moute goes cross court with the forehand wide, and it's 15-30. But also, what about like if Alcaraz and Sinner both complete the career slam this year, right? Which could happen. Then what? Then what are we doing? Is it first to 10? Is it? Do we have to wait till the Olympics now before we get a chance? I mean, the Olympics. If they both win the career slam before the Olympics, that Olympics is going to be crazy. Because you're going to have, you're going to have 2 guys trying to get that gold medal and complete that achievement, right? That's going to be crazy. If they both get the career slam before then and they need the golden slam. But other than that, I mean, what's next? Are we just counting slams at that point? Or what? Double career slam? That's not a thing. Nobody cares if you do it twice. It's not a big, that's not a thing. If you do it the first time, nobody cares if you do it the second time. It's not like nobody throws a party if you do it twice. Like, did we all pop champagne when Djokovic did it twice? No. We celebrate when they did it once, and then we're like, oh, they did it again. Congrats, right? Yeah. You're bashful. Nobody cares when they do it twice. It's just a thing to say afterwards. Oh, well, Djokovic did it 3 times. Yeah, okay. But I don't remember. I could not remember when he did it the second and third time. I can only remember the first time when Roger did it, Rafa did it, and Novak, right? I don't remember the third time because nobody cares. At that point, you're just piling up slams. It doesn't matter how many times you do it, right? Like the Golden Masters, right? When Novak did it the first time, I was like, holy shit. And then he did it again, you're like, cool. 30-40. Maybe it's Golden Masters is next. You win all the slams, and then you got to win all the Masters. So we go to like, okay, well, can Alcaraz win Shanghai, Paris, Canada? That might be the next thing. Like that's the next achievement, right? Same for Sinner. All right, back in down the line from Alcaraz. 30-40. Chance to get the double break. As it back in again from Moute. Moute hits it out. That's 3-love. Yeah, icing on the cake, yeah. So it's not like winning all the Super Bowls the Patriots did. No. All right, 3-love. Alcaraz has to win the ATP Finals, and that as well, yes. I forgot to add, and the ATP Finals, exactly. And they both have to win Davis Cup. Sorry, no, Alcaraz has to win Davis Cup because Sinner's already won Davis Cup twice. All right, Alcaraz 3-love. He is kind of cruising. By the way, putting Savers up 4-2 against Sonmez. And also Gauff already up a break. Okay, 3-love, double break. Yeah, Sinner has to win Laver Cup as well. Yeah, see, Sinner's got so much more to do. Alcaraz is so far ahead of him in achievements. Sinner doesn't even have an Olympic medal yet. 15-love. Return goes in the forehand of Moute. Alcaraz forehand to the slice of Moute. Alcaraz with a drop forehand slice. He tricked me. As we had a forehand cross court in the back end of Moute. He hits a drop shot. Alcaraz going to get it. But Moute's going to be there with a slice backhand down the line. Alcaraz going to get there with a backhand pass. Moute with a drop volley winner. Too good. And Moute, again, I said at the start of the match, Moute, the score's going to look ugly, but the highlight reel will be interesting. Like, this match doesn't matter, right? Alcaraz going to win. It's going to be straight sets, whatever. But watch the highlight reel because that's going to be fun. You don't get extra points for highlights, but you do get style points. And, that was style points. There's a serve and volley from Alcaraz. Puts it away. 30-15. $30-15. And Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Up goes a lob by Moute. Bounce smash Alcaraz. Puts it away. 40-15. 40-15 to go to 4-love. But he was up 4-love in the second. All right, Alcaraz holds 4-love. For love. We've got about an hour until our next match between Jovic and Palini. All right, 4-love. Baptiste broke back. Who the hell said that Baptiste was already almost out? Staring down the barrel. That means she's losing. What are you talking about? She's 1-all. The hell? All right, 15-love. And Alcaraz comes to the net and puts it. And Moute hits it in the net. 15-all. Winner of this place, Tommy Paul, which is happening on Sunday. We've actually got some banger matches on Sunday. Medvedev Tien is obviously the probably one of the most anticipated matches. Winner of this place, Paul. So Alcaraz, Tommy Paul. Has been. I know it's been Alcaraz winning that match most of the time now, but it's still always an interesting contest. Tommy is no slouch. 30-15. There's a potential Bublik versus Demonor match as well. And even a Zverev Rublev. So, we could get 4 epic matches on the men's side in the top half. In the 4th round. On the women's side, we've got Sabalenka and Boko. Great clash. We could get Coco Gauff, which has never been good, but still interesting, right? We might have to watch every 4th round match at this stage because every 4th round match seems unmissable if it ends up being that way. It's crazy, man. All right. As that goes the net by Moute, 30-all. Why is Medvedev Tien so anticipated? Because last year they played a 5-set epic, which was arguably second best match of the year behind the final of the French. So, yeah. And actually you guys said that the second best rivalry last year was Medvedev Tien. The best was Alcaraz Sinner, but second best was Tien Medvedev. And they did play a few times, and it was interesting. I think they played 3 times, and it was 2-1 Tien. So, yeah, that's why. All of those things. As we're backing out of the forehand of Alcaraz, backing out Moute on the stretch. Moute trying to get a game. As with a forehand now cross court, the back of Alcaraz. Moute with a forehand drop shot. Alcaraz gets it. Moute pass. There's a lob. Oh, it's in. Great lob by Moute. And he celebrates. He celebrates Leighton Hewitt style. And the crowd love it. They're like, thank you for that. He celebrates like Leighton. That is so good. Yes. What a great lob. And what a better celebration. 40-30. That was a classic. He was winding up the celebration for so long. And then he hits a drop volley winner. And he bows to the crowd. Moute gets a game. Oh, what a serve and volley. And the bow just takes the hat off and says, there you go. Again, like I said, the scoreline looks bad, but the highlight reel is good. Go watch the highlights. You'll think Moute won. He did. He won the highlight battle. Oh, man. If you just don't look at the scoreboard and watch the highlights, you won't know who won. Love that for Moute. He's getting absolutely wrecked, but he's still able to do two of the best shots of the day and celebrate as well. Oh, man. So fun. That volley was epic. That was such a crazy cross-court drop volley winner. And then to bow to the crowd. I love that. That is a moment. All right, 4-1 Alcaraz. So good. Those two things will be replayed to death for the rest of the tournament. Like those two highlights and those two celebrations by Moute, they will be on every promo during the Open. I mean, they might be on every promo for the rest of time. Like Moute bowing to the crowd might be in the promos of the Australian Open for the next 5 years. Like he just created a moment. All right, Alcaraz comes there with a volley and he puts it away. It's 15-love. By the way, I think Mats Wilander might be on the side of the court, so I think maybe that was a Mats Wilander. Because remember, Leighton loved Mats Wilander, and that's where he got his celebration from. Mats did it first, and then Leighton used it and made it like it became his signature. But Mats did it first. I wonder if Mats Wilander is there because Mats was there for the Medvedev match. Maybe he come over here because he did it and he kind of pointed to somebody and did it. So he might have been doing it to Mats and just sort of going, "That was you," you know. Anyways, 30-love. As Alcaraz, it's a lovely winner. 40-love. 40-love. All right, 40-love. We had a fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. Oh, did Put and Saber win? Put and Saber won. Apparently it was going off on that over on Kia Arena for Sonmez. Apparently there was was going crazy. I'm sure Put and Saber is going to have a really, cordial, I'm sure she's going to be very low-key on her reaction to winning that match. I'm sure she's not going to engage the crowd. I'm sure Put and Saber is just going to, wave to the crowd politely and, thank everybody for being there. And I'm sure there's going to be nothing. The crowd is booing. That doesn't seem right. That seems out of character for that match. That doesn't seem, I don't believe that at all. Anyways. Love 15. Love 15. As we're backing it from Moute into the forehand of Alcaraz. He hits the net 15 all. Yeah, I really thought that Putintseva, with that crowd being so pro Sonmez, would. I don't know. I thought she would have maybe just waved to the crowd and everyone would have cheered her great effort. And she would have just been like. I mean, she did play a Daj Meyer and, did kind of dance in front of the crowd. But I thought maybe she would have learned from that. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, Putintsev's dancing again. She's doing it again. Oh, she's dancing twice. All right. She's doing the same. She didn't learn. Okay. She didn't. She didn't. So she didn't. When the first time she did it to the Brazilian crowd, they booed her. She didn't realize that was not a good idea. She's doing it again. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm surprised that she would do that. Good for her. I love that. Putintseva is awesome. Let's keep doing that. Good for her. She loves them all booing. I love that for her. I love that she's like, you know what? She's relishing in the hostility. She's like, oh, perfect. This is exactly why I wanted to be here. All right. 30-all. Alcaraz about to finish this match. As the return goes in the forehand of Moute. Alcaraz backhand to the forehand of Moute as Alcaraz gets the forehand of his own. Moute backhand down the line. That's a winner. 40-30. All right, 40-30. As we serve again. Double fault. All right, deuce. Gauff may have met her match. Please don't say that. We didn't watch her. Please don't say that. I love that Putintseva didn't take it personally. That she, I don't know. I love that she didn't take it personally. That the crowd were, booing. And it was back. Go to the photo of Moute. Moute, it's an out advantage. I'm gonna rewatch that reaction. That's hilarious. Putintseva, by the way, is into the fourth round, and she's gonna play the winner of Palini and Jovic, which is happening in about 45 minutes. Putintseva. God forbid she plays an Aussie. I mean, maybe let's have her play an Aussie. That'd be great. All right, good serve from Moute. Alcaraz gets a back slice. Moute in the front of Alcaraz. Moute on the stretch now. Goes into the backhand of Alcaraz. Moute with a backhand slice. Alcaraz goes with the backhand cross court. Moute on the stretch with a forehand. As Alcaraz goes cross court again. Moute forehand goes down the line and wide. And there it is. Scoreline looks one-sided. It was one-sided. But again, like I said, go watch the highlights because that match was entertaining. As they hug it out of the net. Moute won the highlights, but Alcaraz won the match. I think that's the best way of describing that. Moute won the highlight battle. He definitely hit the best highlights. He did the best celebrations, and Alcaraz wins the match, and that's more important to him. But Moute put on a show, and that was fun. It was very, very entertaining. Okay. Hey, welcome back, Logan. It was a bit like an exhibition. All right. Alcaraz takes off his shirt and everyone screams. Not often Carlos gets upstaged. Exactly. That is exactly right. All right. Oh, man. Anyways, Alcaraz versus Paul is happening. So we've got Medvedev Tien, we've got Alcaraz Paul. I mean, come on. Those matches alone are great. We've got Sabalenka and Boko. I mean, we're starting to get those matches. This is what we want. This is what we want. This is what we want. We're starting to get those epics. When the draw came out, these are the matches that we were hoping for. Paul Alcaraz, yep. So we've got two good matches in the fourth rounds. So grateful that it's all happening now. Like I said, earlier, if the first week's boring, then the second week we'll start getting those crazy matches. So it's been a slow start. Like, the first 5 days of the tournament, we only had, one or two, Bencic was the major upset, right? FAA losing, retiring was an upset, but not really. It was, more disappointing. And then after that, we had, Hurkacz we hoped to do, and Tsitsipas and Kostruk we thought would do better, and Badosa, but they weren't upsets because we didn't expect them to win. But now that we haven't had all those, we haven't had any of the big names drop yet, we're starting to get those clashes. And that's fourth round is stacking up, exactly. We're starting to get those fourth round epics. Hopefully Coco doesn't lose. God, if Coco loses, I'll cry internally. Yeah, round 4, things get serious as well. Yo!
LFG Carlos. What a fun match. Makes me laugh how different Carlos and Jannik are, so different. Carlos can't help but complicate his matches sometime, but he is still my favorite player. Thanks, Cam.
No worries. Thank you, Jay, for the 3. The second set, he definitely overcomplicated it, but he won, so it doesn't matter. He won the set, so it's all good. All right. So we've got a little bit of time now, about a half an hour before the next one. We've been live for like 5.5 hours, so we're going to have a little bit of a break. And we've got Paolini versus Jovic coming in about, like I said, about half an hour, 45 minutes. So I'll send you over there. We'll also keep an eye on what Coco is up to. And be back to watch more day 6. And then tonight we've got Demonor versus Tiafoe, which is going to be an epic. We've also got, there's other matches after that, but Bublik Etcheverry, we'll keep an eye on. Andreeva Ruse, we'll keep an eye on. Rublev Cerundolo as well. That's coming up later. We'll keep an eye on that score as well. Zverev Norrie as well. What we might do is if the Demonor match is not, if it's not as good as we think it will be, right? If it turns out to be straight sets win to either player, and Zverev's still playing, we might jump over to Zverev after that match to watch the rest of Zverev, because I don't want to watch Zverev at the same time. I don't want to do a doubleheader. And I have a feeling Demonor and Tiafoe is not going to be boring. So yeah, we might jump over to the Zverev match after the if it's still going. Could be the other way around, right? Zverev could win easily, and Demonor and Tiafoe play into the night. God, if Coco's going to lose, the Zverev disrespect will not be tolerated. Yeah, I feel like you're just overreacting. Yeah, Tiafoe is tough. It should be a 5-setter. Bublik's playing Echeverry. Bublik is playing Echeverry. God, if Coco loses, I'm going to freak out. Why is Coco losing? Chad, do we have to watch Coco right now? Is that what we have to do right now? Do we have to tune into Coco right now? I don't want to do this. I want to go eat and get ready for the later. But we have to, I mean, she's losing though. All right, we have to watch Coco. We have to watch Coco. Coco's in trouble. We have to watch Coco. Coco's down a break in the first. We have to watch Coco. We have to watch her. She's losing. And then we'll watch also Jovic and Paolini in half an hour. Coco's in trouble. We can't. we can't. I wanted to watch golf today, but because of all the scheduling, the burrito can wait. Yeah, I know, right? Hang on, let me just watch this. We'll wait for this game. We'll wait for this game, and we'll see if golf breaks back. We'll see. We'll see. I knew this was going to happen. We watched Coco the other day. She won easily. We don't watch her today. She struggles. I mean, I could just go get a snack. If Baptiste wins his first set, we'll watch Coco. But there'll be a 5-minute break so I can recharge. Because like Coco, I hate doing this, but I mean, sometimes things like this happen where players just we're all doing fine, and then all of a sudden, shit hits the fan. Coco's in big trouble. Coco's in big trouble. Coco's down set points. All right. All right. Well, Chad, I don't make the schedule. I just obey it. I'm still waiting. She's got a set point. Baptiste has set point. Oh, we're at deuce. Oh, well, maybe not. All right, 1 second, chat. All right, Gauff's got a break point. What are we doing? Hope Paolini delivers a 3-setter. The women's side has delivered today. WTA has definitely delivered. We had Sabalenka with the close straight sets, which could have gone 3. We had the first match of the day, which was epic. This match is becoming weird. Son Mezin putting Saver was crazy. Yeah. No, we're not going to watch Rublev. Sorry, we're not watching Rublev. Unfortunately, there's just too much going on. See, chat, this is why we watch more WTA at the start of the week, because there's more likely a chance to get upset. You know? It's very, the chances of Coco losing, or any of the ladies losing early, is way higher than on the men's. Like, Medvedev almost lost, right? But Alcaraz and Sinner and Djokovic and those guys have not even been bothered, really. But, like, Coco is in big trouble. Gauff's got a breakback point. I mean, the two things are going to happen. We're either going to get this 3-setter with an upset, or we're going to get Gauff come back and win in straights. Feels like those are the two things that could happen. Baptista's hitting great winners, though, so I don't think it's going to be easy. All right. Jump on over there. We'll be back to watch. We'll watch Gauff. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. And also Paolini Jovic. We'll just have to do a doubleheader, but that's okay. I just don't want to miss this Coco match because it's really. I mean, I thought she was going to win. I didn't think it would be this difficult. I know Baptista's been playing well, but all right, we'll be back. Alcaraz wins in 3, 2, 4, and 1. Let's see what Coco's doing.